Hello Pisces, and welcome to my channel Inspiring Life Changes. My name's Colette and I'm here today to do a reading for all you Pisces. That's Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and Cusp Pisces. If you don't know where those placements are, there will be a free natal link in the description box down below for you to go and check out, so that you can go and check out your other readings as well that may resonate better, because this is just a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everybody. So you may find that your sun reading doesn't resonate with you in the same way as, say, your rising sign. And for those of you who are not aware of what the cusp is, it means that you are either going to be at the beginning or the end of, well, the very beginning, the 0 degree kind of point, or maybe 29 degrees something, 0 point, sorry, I will go with the 0 point of, mine's gone completely blank, of Aquarius moving into Pisces, or you're going to be the other end where you're Pisces moving into Aries. So either of the signs before or after your own sun sign may also resonate with you better as well if you are a cusp sign. So also for you cross watchers, you may also want to check out the natal chart down below as well to find out for yourself your own placements too, so you can also check out some of the other readings that I've put up on my channel as well. So Gemini season, which is why I'm doing something slightly different. If you've been to my channel before, normally I would do like a kind of just a straight reading, but I've decided, because Venus is retrograde in Gemini and we've had a lot of activity. We've had the sun, or the sun is still in Gemini. We've had the moon in Gemini going new moon in Gemini. Mercury's just moved out of Gemini. The moon's node, or the north node of the moon, has just moved into Gemini as well, and will be working its way backwards through the sign of Gemini for the next 18 months. Plus we also have Venus retrograde in Gemini. So that's really kind of why I'm focusing on this as a love reading, because often when Venus goes retrograde, things come back around. Relationships in particular have a habit of kind of coming back when we least expect it. So just thought it would be interesting to do something slightly different and do love readings for everybody. So what I've been doing is separating, or I have separated from my deck of goddess cards, all the cup cards, so that I can kind of have an overall energy read for you Pisces. And this is the card that you got come out today, the 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is a card of kind of riding high on an emotional wave, shall we say, that you're feeling good, you're feeling satisfied, your needs feel as though they're being met, which is very important in a relationship. For me, this moon here is also kind of saying that there's a lot of deep connection on a kind of intuitive level as well, maybe. Pisces, that you're connecting with this person, not just kind of on the mental realm or on the physical realm, not that you just find them attractive sexually, but you also have a really deep connection intuitively with this person. There's something about this person that you intuitively understand, and they understand you as well. Hence the rainbow. The rainbow represents for me not only kind of a sign of optimism and joy and kind of, you know, weathering the storm. After the storm, the rainbow comes out, and we all have to go through the storm, you know, which is represented by these 8 of Cups here, the trials and tribulations that we have to go through in a relationship in order to be able to get to this point of the 10 of Cups. And the 2 of Cups here being separated, it kind of represents the 2 of you coming together. You both kind of bring in your separate cup in to make the 2 of Cups, and then that becomes the 10 of Cups. Also, this card came out for Libra the Libra reading that I did the other day. So Pisces, you may want to check out the Libra reading as well, particularly if you've got a lot of air in your chart, or if you have Libra somewhere strongly placed in your chart as well, you might want to go and check that out. So what I'm going to do with this reading is I'm going to use 2 separate decks of cards, one for yourself, Pisces, and one for whoever it is that you're having a relationship with, or you have an emotional connection to, whether that's past, present, or somebody that you're hoping to have a relationship with in the future. So let's see. Pisces energy, Sun, Moon, Venus and Rising, cusp energy. Love reading, a love reading for Pisces. There's also in this card as well an element of, if you look underneath, you can see that the rainbow itself is actually reflected in the water here as well, which in the water is all about the emotions. And so it's kind of saying to me that this person does reflect you, like reflect your feelings back to you. Like you're very much on the same kind of wavelength with this person. But you have this card come out as your first card, which is really nice. And I feel as though somehow this person has helped you to kind of tame that inner beast. That they've kind of calmed you down somehow. That you've allowed this person, Pisces, what I'm getting here, you have allowed this person to, I hate the word control here. I don't like the word control at all. But it's like you've allowed this person to, they're just getting tame you, kind of soften you, to kind of reach parts of you that nobody else has been allowed to see or to feel or to connect with. And that this has actually given you a bigger strength. This has actually strengthened you as an individual as well. I just feel on some level that the pair of you, like it's like you've got each other's backs here. But it has got this covering card here of the 9 of Swords. So the 9 of Swords is saying to me that there is a lot, you Pisces have a lot of worries and a lot of fear around this relationship. And I think it's to do with the fear of losing this person. For some of you, you may have already lost this person. For some of you, this relationship that was very strong and they did bring out this side of you, this may have already reached a point where you are, I feel, having to face your fears. I feel that that's what this 9 of Swords is about today, is you're having to face your fears. Having to face your fears, that this brings up a lot of fear for you. Even if you're with this person and you're still kind of really strongly connected, Pisces, the fear of losing this person is kind of really overwhelming at times. And can also maybe make you act out of character as well, Pisces. Your fear of losing them. So just be aware that your fear of losing them could actually drive that energy, could actually make that a reality. because you're focusing on that. You're putting your energy into that fear of not having them. And that can make you react in ways that are not productive or conducive to a relationship. But it is because it's fear-based. It's fear-driven. But you're in a solid relationship. Or for some of you, that's what you're wanting with this person. Maybe you're wanting to take it up to a different level. Okay. So we have the Fool, we have the Temperance card, and we have the Two of Cups here. And I feel very much that this is you taking that leap, that trust, that faith into your hands and saying, right, okay, I'm going to feel on some level change as well. That you kind of let this person into your life in a way that you hadn't done before. You trust this person deeply. Deeply. Totally. Because you've got the Temperance card here, which is all about the kind of flow of a relationship. It's like you, backwards and forwards, it's like you have this really strong connection on a heart level, on an emotional level. That's what the Temperance card to me is very much about. It's about keeping that flow of conversation going, because if there is no conversation, if there's no flow, if there's no talk, if there's no listening, then that relationship will just stagnate and die. And so it's a very balanced, I get a very kind of balanced feeling here as well. With the Two of Cups. And that's what I was talking about earlier as well. This Two of Cups here, you've both brought your cup into this relationship, and you're both, if you look at the way that these two are looking at each other, it's just like there's nobody else. There is nobody else. And I think that's for both of you. I think that that's for both of you. Even if this relationship is on kind of a breakup or but I'm not feeling that so much at the moment. But if there is people, if there is some of you Pisces out there who are experiencing kind of distance or breakup or feeling that things aren't as balanced as they could be, that's interesting, then this is saying to me that this connection is really strong, that both of you kind of don't see anybody else as being part of your life. And again, if you look at this card here, it's got this kind of rainbow here from this cup to this cup, which kind of reflects this rainbow here and this wholeness. This is what I'm seeing here, is that this is kind of your wholeness, this is your heart, this is your home, this is the person that makes you feel you want to be alive, you want to give them everything. It's like looking at somebody and you just don't see anything else. In a way, it's like looking into your own soul. This person kind of reflects that back to you. They reflect parts of yourself back at you. And sometimes that can be difficult. We have the Page of Cups in reverse here, but this is the energy that's moving away. This is what you've been working through, Pisces. And the Ten of Swords here as well. So the Page of Cups in reverse here for me is about a healing. It's about a time of you kind of looking after yourself. In order to be able to love somebody else, we have to love ourselves first. And that's what this card is about here. And I feel that this person here has helped you with this, even though it's in reverse here. And even though you're still, I feel as though you kind of can't quite believe your luck, you can't quite accept that this person wants to be with you, that they're completely in love with you. And I do feel on some level as well with this Ten of Swords that you can, like I was saying earlier, you've got the 9 here and this kind of self-sabotage, Pisces. Maybe even pushing it to the limit sometimes. Really pushing it. Like, you know, how much does this person love me? How much is this person willing to put up with? How much does this person want to prove that they'll stay with me? There could be elements of that here as well. Because this is the card of water, the water signs, yourself, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. And all of you water signs can have those kind of sense of insecurities because you are so deeply emotional, you are so deeply feeling and sensitive that it can bring up, even when things are really good, in fact, when it's really good, that can be the time when your biggest insecurities arise because then you fear losing it. It's like it's so good, something's got to go wrong. And I think that's what this Ten of Swords is saying here. But there is, because it's a 10, and you've got the 9 here, and then you've been working with the 10, so you've been working on your own fears and your own stresses, worries, your mental realm, your thought processes, what takes you to that place. You've been trying to work through it, Pisces. So let's see what's in your deep subconscious level here, Pisces. What's lurking in the depths of Pisces here for this love reading? 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands, building a future with this person, building something that's going to be long-lasting, creative. This is the next step. It's kind of marriage, this is engagement, this is kind of really like you just want the best for this person and for yourself, Pisces. That's where you're coming from. You're coming from wanting to build something, but it's not so much in a like with Pentacles, it's about building something physical. This is more about the creative side of things. This is more about the passion and the drive and the like this person, I just feel that this person makes you feel good. This person just makes you want to celebrate. This person just makes you happy. This person just makes you want to share your life with them, but also this person makes you want to kind of feel coming out of the cold somehow, like to actually kind of allow yourself to be more included or inclusive with people, Pisces. But we do have what's moving in, the King of Swords in reverse. So as I was saying, this could also be that side of you that kind of brings up those fears, but you're kind of stepping into a more mature way of processing or dealing with things. When it's in reverse, the sword is pointing upwards. When it's upright, the sword is pointing down. So this is kind of saying to me that you could be feeling quite argumentative over the next, like, what's coming in, however long it's going to be. But this is the energy of what's moving into your life. So you could be feeling quite argumentative. You could be kind of being a bit picky, maybe, about things, trying to kind of force your point of view on something or somebody. With the turquoise colour as well, I always think of the turquoise as being the kind of throat and the heart connected energy. So it's like needing to communicate things from a really deep, heartfelt level. But because it's in reverse, you may be holding back here. So Pisces, let's see what this other person has to say to you in this reading. How's this other person feeling? This person for Pisces. Person that Pisces is emotionally connected to. So the King of Swords energy, maybe you're feeling I don't know, just get a feeling of kind of being on edge, maybe feeling kind of sharp, feeling prickly, a little bit like you're kind of taking a stance on something. So this person has death, which is transformation, change, things moving on, things progressing. It's a powerful energy. This represents Hades and Pluto is all about power. It's all about birth, rebirth, death itself. In order to go through a rebirth, we have to go through a death first. And we go through many deaths in our life that we may not even be aware of. Things that we, like from childhood to adulthood and all the kind of in-between things that, you know, going from being a single person to maybe being a married person, that's kind of a death of your single life. And when you have a child as well, you kind of go from being alone, like a single person, to suddenly having kind of all this responsibility of somebody else's life in your hands as well. So that's a death there as well, where you kind of just can't walk out the door anymore or go where you want to go in quite the same way. You know, you've got to organise things and everything, so that's a death as well. But there could be a mourning process going on here for this person. This person may be mourning a part of themselves even, that there's a death process happening within this person. They've got the 8 of Pentacles over the top, so this is their challenge. Person may be having to release or let go of a part of themselves that they thought they were going to be carrying with them, with the 8 of Pentacles being their challenge and their obstacle here. It's kind of working on something. Maybe they've been working on themselves, but I get more of a feeling of them working on, having worked on something, because this is your obstacle and your challenge for this person. I get more the feeling that something is going to be released, like something they need to let go of, something that they thought they were going to have in their life. I don't think it's yourself, Pisces. I think it's more an inner process here. It could have something to do with work. It could have something to do with money because it is Pentacles. But it's something that's going to affect the physical world, their physical realm. is going to be affected by this. Possibly also their health as well, Pisces. Could be that they're having to let go of possibly a work situation that they, because of everything that's going on at this moment in time, they thought it was going to be there, they thought it was stable, and so they're going to have to kind of start out again on something new, something different, because it's no longer there for them. So that could be a tricky situation. We've got the Two of Swords and the Strength card come out here, which is interesting because you also have the Strength card here as well. But the Two of Swords is in the centre here. I say in the centre, if I was to kind of hold them both up, I would put that one side and that the other side, so that it would be kind of in the centre. But it is actually what's in your head, or what's in their head, should I say, what they're aware of, what they're having to deal with at this time. And I do feel that it could well have something to do with this job situation or financial situation, that a decision needs to be taken, something needs to be done, and this person is going to kind of have to find some strength from within themselves in order to be able to cope with this change, this kind of, it could well be the making of this person. There's a decision here that they don't want to make. A decision here, Pisces, that they would rather just kind of ignore. And it could cause some conflict between you as well. It could be something that kind of brings out that fear and that kind of worry, stress. Maybe it's got something to do with money, like I was saying. Maybe it's a situation of thinking that you were going to be more kind of stable in your lifestyle, but unfortunately things aren't quite working out the way that you were hoping to. So it could bring in some conflict here with these crossing swords as well. But the situation is going to have to be dealt with. This person is kind of realising that they need to make a decision here. They need to kind of find that strength, find that inner strength to do something about it. And maybe also you are going to need to be their strength for them as well. I feel that you're both going to have to kind of do that for each other as well. You're both going to have to be the strength that holds the other person together through this. Pisces, whatever this relates to in this relationship. But I do feel as though you've got a very solid grounding here. We've got the Six of Swords in reverse, the Judgment card in reverse, and the Page of Swords. So there is a lot of mental activity going on here, because you've got a lot of swords going on as well, quite a few swords happening for you as well, Pisces. So the Six of Swords here in reverse is talking about kind of moving away from a situation which was very emotionally turmoil, like turbulent, and a lot of kind of, turbulent emotional turmoil, trauma, and moving into more calmer waters. And this is the energy that this person has also been dealing with. So maybe you have moved into a situation where you're, what I'm kind of feeling here is that whatever this is happening here with this kind of financial work situation, this person felt that they were in, like if you turn this up right, they would have been moving towards calmer waters and kind of, but because it's in reverse, it's like something's happened here that has put them in this place of not being able to get to where they want to be. And that is having an effect on them kind of mentally as well. It's kind of upsetting them, it's stressing them out. They're not quite sure how they're going to get to where they want to be. They've got the Judgment card in reverse here, which is about releasing and letting things go. It's about bringing the ghosts up from the past. It's about hearing the call of something bigger. Again, this is the energy that you've been working, or this person has been working with, as this is what's moving away. So it's an energy of not allowing things to be released, not allowing, like kind of trying to keep things the way they were, I'm feeling here, kind of the status quo, trying to keep things as they were. And I don't know whether that's within the relationship itself, like trying to keep the relationship the same way as it was, or whether it's to do with kind of your life in general, kind of not moving into a new space as it was, like a new era, a new time, a new kind of energy. Because the Judgment card is about like if you see here, all these kind of mummies down here are kind of being called up. It's like, for me, it represents letting go. So there is, I feel, a situation that needs to be let go of here. Something needs to be let go, that this person is reluctant, because we've also got the Death card here. So you've got the Death card and the Judgment card. This is quite a big experience here that they're going through, Pisces. And of course I have the Page of Swords here as well. So this could be moving into a time where things are going to become a little bit argumentative as well with this person. They're wanting answers, they're wanting to know why, and it may not just be from you, they're wanting to know why on a bigger scale, I think. Why is this happening to them? Why is this happening in their life? What have they done to deserve it, kind of energy? Did I do something wrong? So that's what I'm feeling for that, for this person here. But I'm not feeling that this is so much aimed at the pair of you, Pisces, although for some of you it could be a sense of you having to leave something behind, leave a relationship behind, leave a place behind even. Maybe some of you are having to move, possibly with the Six of Swords there as well. Maybe having to move into a different area, somewhere that you may be not so keen on being, but with all the financial issues that are happening at this time as well, you may not be able to stay where you are, Pisces. I just get the feeling that it's underlying things that are going to kind of cause the kind of arguments, because I do feel that there's going to be a few a few crosswords here, a few maybe saying things that you might not actually mean, but in the heat of the moment it might just come out as such. We have the Four of Pentacles and we have the Fool in reverse, and you also have the Fool as well, Pisces. So there is this really strong energy of you two, like I was saying, being very, very similar in the ways that you want to do things, the way that you approach life, the way that you understand each other. There's just this very strong, but with this Fool card in reverse down here, in this placement, this is saying to me that somebody feels as though, and you've got the Four of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. This person, I feel, is feeling that an action that was taken has kind of led them to a place of being kind of restricted with this Four of Coins here as well. Again, it could have something to do with the status quo of trying to keep something the way it is because they're fearful also of kind of leaping into the, like, you know, the new, the unknown, having to trust that journey. But this is down below, so this is the subconscious. So in a way, this could be something to do with their own insecurities as well, that they have to, they don't take change easily, maybe, that they find it difficult, it upsets them. Because again, I am getting this feeling of, like, you know, needing that stability, needing that kind of groundedness, needing something that's going to be there for them to kind of feel safe. And at the moment, with this full energy here in reverse, they're not feeling safe, they're not feeling secure, they're not feeling as though they've kind of taken the right. But again, Pisces, I don't think this is to do with you as such. I feel that this is more about life's circumstances more than anything else here, Pisces. With the Four of Pentacles in reverse as well, this person could also need to maybe release what they're holding, because, and again with this kind of Judgment card here as well, this kind of letting go, releasing the past. Letting go is really a big issue at this moment in time in general for people, like letting go of how life has been, letting go of what was in order for something else to come in. Because if you look here, he is clutching onto those pentacles really tightly, but he can't hold any more. It's kind of like he's like so insecure about letting them go, or letting them, like giving them away, or kind of like it's this sense of if I let it go, I won't get any more. It won't come back. It won't, there won't be. So it could also be like a kind of poverty or scarcity energy here. That this person is fearful of not having enough. This person is fearful of their trusting the universe as well to provide for them. Or maybe they're fearful of you not being able to provide for them as well, Pisces. Trusting that you, as their universe, is going to be able to do that for them. And you've both got the Nine of Swords as well. The Knight of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Wands up the right way, and the Nine of Swords in reverse. So you've got the Nine of Swords here, Pisces, as your crossing energy. This is all your fears and worries and nightmares, and this person's going to be moving into the same energy here as well. So again, it's kind of like feeding that. Because the Knight of Swords here, again, I get that feeling because the Knight of Swords is about things moving quickly, things kind of changing, kind of very dynamic energy, very fast moving, like I was saying. But it's in reverse. So this person may be resisting that change. They may be resisting that, and I just kind of feel resisting that status quo, that kind of not wanting anything to change in their life. Whether that's within this relationship as well, or whether that's just externally in their life. But it is going to have an effect on this relationship, Pisces, for both of you, because you've both got this card here. And the Page of Wands is saying to me that there needs to be a kind of broader outlook here. This is air energy. This is Libra, Aquarius and Gemini energy. So it's very kind of sharp, quick thinking, fast action, doing, moving. And I tend to think of this card as a bit like a whirlwind. The Page of, the Knight of Swords. It's a bit like being in a whirlwind and you're just kind of going round and round in circles, and you're kind of changing your mind a lot. You think you've made your mind up, you think you've made a decision, and then 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, however long it is, you kind of change your mind again, so you can't kind of settle on an idea, especially when it's in reverse. Especially. So this person is going backwards and forwards in their mind. There's a lot of kind of like, should we do this? Should we do that? What's the right action to take? But they may be spinning in their head at the same time. It may not show outwardly so much, but this person is going to be spinning in their head. And with the Knight of Wands here as well, I kind of feel as though it's kind of feeding that energy. It's kind of feeding that energy. This person is kind of not very settled. They're not going to be very settled for some time. There is just this kind of sense of movement, a lot of movement. A lot of movement, a lot of journeying, maybe a lot of backwards and forwards, a lot of kind of, and I feel as though it's going to mentally, it's going to exhaust this person. It's going to mentally exhaust this person, Pisces. And so I feel, Pisces, that you need to somehow be very strong for this person. You need to really kind of show your support within this relationship. And the full moon in Virgo here is saying that you are good enough. So all these fears and these doubts that you have about this relationship, which you do have, even though there's this really strong sense of commitment to each other and a sense of knowing that there is something very special there, Pisces, there is also this fear that you are not good enough. And this is saying you are good enough. You can do this, Pisces. You can be the strong one, I feel, is what's needed here. Is that you need to be a really strong rock for this person, for everything that they're going to have to go through. And I feel as though it's been the other way round. That this person is very used to being your strength and your rock. But for whatever reason, whatever is coming up for this person, they're going to need support from you, Pisces. And I think that's partly one of your fears, is that you can't do that, that you're not capable of doing that, Pisces. So let's see what the universe would like to say to you, Pisces. Virgo energy, full moon in Virgo. Virgo energy is all about it's work related, because it's 6th house, so it's to do with work, it's to do with being able to sustain ourselves in some ways, because Virgo is also an earth sign as well, ruled by Mercury, so it's also to do with the mind energy as well. Health issues too, can bring up health issues. Okay, so you've got, you can and will be complete within yourselves by knowing and touching your light force within. So again, that kind of, for me, reflects with this card here. You are good enough. It's kind of finding that inner strength of yours, Pisces, in order to know that you are good enough. And when you receive channeled information, know what it is. Know it is a union of light force. Know it is a combination of you and God, or you and the universe, you and source energy, however you prefer to say it or understand it. So Pisces, those are the messages that I have for you today. I hope they have been of some help to you here. Please, could you thumbs it up for me, like my video, so that it gets out into the bigger YouTube world, and then more people can see it. More people hopefully will come back to my channel, which will give them the chance to subscribe to my channel if they wish to do so. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed, and to those of you who have subscribed, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. It has helped my channel to grow just that little bit more over these last few days while I've been doing these readings. In particular, I have noticed they seem to have been quite well received, so thank you very much for that. Also, tap that bell so you can get videos that I will be putting out in the future. And if you feel that this could benefit other people that you know who may be in a similar situation, please feel free to share it as well. And also comment, please, because I'd like to know how you're feeling about my videos, also what's happening in your life as well. It would be nice to actually connect with people who are actually experiencing some of this as well. I have had some good comments on some of my other videos, so thank you again. It's nice to know that what I'm putting out there is actually being received and people are actually kind of connecting with it as well. It's just a really nice thing to know, as I'm kind of sitting here and staring into a camera and there's not really any feedback except myself, so it's a little bit freaky. But I'm just going to say again, thank you very much, Pisces, for watching my video, and please take good care of yourselves, take good care of your partner if you're in a relationship, because at this particular time I feel that they're really going to need it, need your inner strength, like I was saying. And if you can take care of others also, please do so. Thank you, Pisces. Hopefully